Do you want to learn ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi? You pressed on the right video. Aloha mai, Velina I ko'u YouTube channel. Ina maopopo ole oi ia'u, wao no o na pui o lana bikoi. Iwa ka lua o'u makahiki e kolu keiki o'u. Ke hapai nei au me ko'u keiki e kolu. Mai ka wā I puka mai ke kula kie ua ho'okomo I kekahi ʻoihana a me he mau papa kulanui. E ho'omana'o o wau no ke kaikamahine wale no. The main point of this video is gonna be just going through my two freebies, freebie ekahi and freebie elua, which is the Hawaiian language guide and my Hawaiian syllabic chart or hakalama chart. The Hawaiian language comprehensive guides has 5 mokona or chapters, each going over a different concept in the foundation of learning ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. The first chapter is about kapi'apa Hawaiʻi, which is the Hawaiian alphabet. Then we go into basic grammar concepts, some hua'ōlelo and hopuna ʻōlelo, which is words and phrases that is commonly used, pronouns and possessions, and lastly we go into basic counting or helu numbers in ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. For a bonus, if you guys want to wait all the way to the end, I do show an example of how the pi'apa and the Hawaiian syllabic chart go hand in hand when learning how to pronounce ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi words and phrases. I also wanted to take a quick moment to talk about my third freebie that I just launched. I launched it for my birthday, although it did take a little bit longer for me to get it live for you guys to access, but I have the Anakuhi Ho'olana, which is my introduction template that you can use to help create your Ho'olana ma ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. If you're interested, you can access it on my website. The purpose of this Hawaiian language guide is to assist those who want to learn the Hawaiian language, whether you are someone who has been in the ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi community for X amount of time, or if you're someone who's just starting, this video and these freebies are for you. First, we'll go over Mokono Ekahi, which is Kapi'apa Hawaiʻi, the Hawaiian alphabet and how you pronounce each letter. So first we have the vowels, which is a, e, I, o, u. Then we have the consonants, which is he, ke, la, mu, nu, pi, ve, okina, and kahako. That's something that isn't always included sometimes. Some pronunciation tips that I also include in my language guide. You say a as in father. That's how you pronounce the A. E as in bed. E as in machine. O as in go, U as in moon, and W is sometimes pronounced as V depending on the dialect or word that you are using. The example in my guide is Hawaiʻi. Hawaiʻi is sometimes pronounced with the V. For instance, vehe. In English grammar, it does sound more similar to a V than it would as a W. In English, you'd say wide. As you can, for me, it sounds like vehe and wide. The pronunciation of the letter is just slightly different, so it's a little confusing. Next is basic grammar concepts. So first, we're gonna go over word order. Then there's the articles and negation. So in word order, ʻōlelo is often verb, subject, object. The example I provide is e ai ka wahine I ka i'a. The women eats the fish, or the woman eats the fish. For articles, ka ke is similar to the word the and is used before nouns. So for instance, ke would be used if any of the words start with keao, which is keioa. Ka is used anywhere else. So just remember that rule when you're thinking about which word you're gonna use in your ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. Another one is he, which in English is like a thing. So it's an indefinite article. For instance, ka hale means the house, where he hale means a house. Lastly is negation. You can use ʻōlelo before a verb or noun phrase. For instance, ʻaʻole au e hele, I'm not going. You can also, this is a little bit more complex, but you can say ole instead of ʻaʻole. So for instance, e hele ole ana, I am not going. It's same thing, it's just the way you use the negation is different. Next is Mokona e Kolu, chapter 3, which is common huaʻōlelo and hopunaʻōlelo words and phrases. So first we'll start with aloha, which is the most common one. It can mean hello, goodbye, I love you. Just there's so many definitions to it, and it all depends on the context that you use it in. There's also aloha kakayaka. That means good morning. Very simple, very easy. I know there was that meme of Jason Momoa saying aloha kakayaka, so that's what he's saying in that video. Aloha avakea means good midday or good afternoon. Aloha awinala. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Aloha avakea is good midday, and then aloha awinala is good afternoon. Aloha ahi ahi is good evening. Mahalo is thank you, another very common word. E kalamai means excuse me or I'm sorry. Pehea oi is how are you. Mai ka ino au means I'm fine. So in response to pehea oi, you would say mai ka ino au. Ovai ko inoa, what is your name? And o blank ko inoa, my name is blank. So for instance, I would say o napua ko inoa, which means napua is my name. No, mokona eha, we talk about pronouns and possessions. So some personal pronouns you can use. Maka ʻōlelo wai would be au or vau, which means I or me. Oi, which means you. Oia, he or she. Mako is just everybody, excluding yourself. Kako is 3 plus people, including yourself. Next is possessive pronouns. So we have type A class and a type O class. For mine, it would be ka'u and ko'u. Ka'u is used when you have a choice over the matter, whereas ko'u is used when you don't have a choice over the matter. Same goes for the other examples, which is kau, kana, or ko and kona. Use A class for things you choose, which is like your children, the food you want to eat, the clothes you want to buy. You know, those things is something that you choose to do in a sense. And use O class for things that you don't choose. For instance, your parents, your lineage, your gender, I think. I mean, that one might be a little controversial, but just to give you a sense, it's something that you do not have control over. Lastly, we're going to talk about nahelu or numbers in ʻōlelo Hawaii. So I'm just going to go through each of the numbers that I included within my Hawaiian language guide, and then I'll go over the examples and the phrases and whatnot as well. So we have ekahi, elua, ekolu, eha, elima, eono, ehiku, evalu, eiva, umi, umikumakahi, umikumalua, umikumakolu, umikumaha, umikumalima, umikumaono, umikumahiku, umikumawalu, umikumaeva, and iwa kalua. So here are some phrases and sentences that I came up with. You can also see it in my Hawaiian language guide. If you don't have access to it yet, you can do my Ana Mana'o, which is on my website, and get free access to your own template of my Hawaiian language guide. So we'll start with ekolu hale, tree houses. Keep it simple by doing like pigeon sentences and phrases, so it's, easier for you to understand. But if you are someone who is living on the continent and is used to more proper English, then type it in the comments and I can make another video where it uses proper English. Elua kanaka, 2 people. Ekahi ilio, 1 dog. Elima pua'a nunui, 5 big fat pigs. If you don't get the reference, it's a holiday reference. If you live in Hawaii, you guarantee 5 big fat pigs, especially during the holiday season. Eha le puamelia for plumeria le. Some sentences I came up with is He'iva kalua o umakahiki, I am 20 years old. E kolu keiki o'u, I have 3 kids. Ua hala umikuma ono mau makahiki, 16 years have passed. If you need any more la'ana, comment below if you want me to create a series where I show you ways to practice pronunciation and forming basic sentence structures. So, on to my next point. The Hakalama chart, or Hawaiian Syllabic chart, is commonly used in Papamala'o, which is preschool, and Kumumua Elementary, in order to promote the correct pronunciation of letters, words, and sentences within the Hawaiian language. How to use my Hakalama chart. So first, we're going to go over the Okina and the Kahako again, because in Hawaiian language, these symbols are is part of our piapa or our alphabet. So it's important for you to know. In Okina, which is kind of like an apostrophe in Hawaiian, is used to shorten a sound in a sentence. So ʻōlelo, because there's a little shorten instead of with the kahako, it elongates the sound. So kahako, if that sounds different. Another example could be heleae, ae. It's very quick when you say that. For another example of kahako, you can do my name, Napua. That's how it's actually pronounced. There's a kahako above the A in my name. A great way to practice your Hawaiian syllabic chart and Pi'apa Hawaii is by creating a weekly system where you can practice sounding out each row. So for instance, you can start with the first half, which is just the regular hakalama, haka. Sorry, that's with the ako. Hakalama na pava'a. And then there's gonna have the aku on the next line, which is ha ka la ma na pa va a. So just like that, it can be easy, when you're doing the dishes, or even if you're with your kids. It's like your guys' book time, time to read or time to learn. You can sit down and do it with your kids if you want your kids to learn ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi too. But yeah, I think now I'll just go over the Hakalama song that I learned growing up. Something I always enjoyed doing, so I'll do that. After that, I'll go over how to sing the pi'apa in Hawaiian. Hakalama na pava'a. Ha ka la ma na pa va a. Hekele mene peve'e. He ke le me ne pe ve e. Hiki li mini pivi'i. Hi ki li mi ni pivi'i. Hokolo mono povo o ho ko lo mo no povo o. Hukulumunu puvu u hu ku lu mu nu pu vu u. And then pilano for that mele. As a bonus, here's some ike about the pi'apa Hawaii, or the Hawaiian alphabet. First, we're going to talk about how the pi'apa work hand in hand with the Hakalama chart. The name of the first little primer or spelling book printed in the Hawaiian language during January 7th, 1822. The first sheet is said to have been pulled by Liholiho himself to his great satisfaction. Note, the word is formed like the English word alphabet from the names of the 2 first letters of the Greek alphabet, or more like our word ABC, meaning the first rudiments of letters. The missionary said to his pupil, Bi-a-ba. The Hawaiian would repeat Pi-a-pa, hence the word and the name of the book. This is a quote from Kapapo ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi website talking about how the Piapa and in turn the Hakalama came to be. The ʻōlelo or word piapa is based off the Greek alphabet ABC. The piapa is the alphabet which identifies the letters used within the Hawaiian language. The piapa is the alphabet which identifies the letters used within the Hawaiian language. E ho'omana'o. Remember, each island has a different dialect, similar to how pidgin, we get all kind of different words for different stuff, but they mean the same thing. Another great example is how the Ni'ihau dialect of ʻōlelo Hawaii utilizes T's in place of K's. Tapa tau tau. In Hawaiian, or in the dialect that I know, you would say ka pa kau kau instead of tapa tau tau. Along with how I showed you how to himeni the hakalama, I'll show you how to himeni kapia pa too. E himeni meau. A e I o u he ke la munu pive a me ka o kina. That's really short, but that's how I remember doing it. I think we did the hakalamas a lot more than we did just the piapa. Makemake ia'u e ho'olaha I ko'u anakui ho'olana ke ku'u ana ma ka lā ekahi o Okakopa. Another quick reminder before we close this video, you can access my anakuhi ho'olauna, which if you haven't seen already on my Instagram and TikTok, it's basically a template you can use to help you write your introduction ma ka ʻōlelo Hawaii. And depending, of course, I always say this, especially when it comes to ho'olauna, it can change based on whatever situation or context that you are using it in. I just offer a basic template to help you get started so that, you know, maybe if you want to teach your kids how to introduce themselves ma ka ʻōlelo Hawaii before they enroll, then that would be really good for them. All of these is just things that you can do to start practicing. That way, when you are either a parent of a keiki kaiapuni, or if you yourself are trying to pursue a degree or are in kaiapuni right now, it'll really help you with building that foundation. Mahalo for watching. I hope I see you again in future vikio. Malama pono. Ahui ho.